In this series, I aim to highlight games that fit nicely into the schedule of busy people so that you can spend less time searching and more time playing. My name is Majegs, and I'm here to tell you why Guild of Dungeoneering is a good game for busy people. It's hard being a hero. There's a lot of danger, mean creatures, lonely nights on the road, and extremely limited union benefits. But nobody ever thinks about the poor guild managers. They have to provide comfort and amenities to their resident heroes, getting them new gear, magical trinkets, attractive lodgings, and even putting up now hiring signs when those same ungrateful heroes mysteriously fail to return from their grand escapades are all in the job description. Guild of Dungeoneering is a roguelite, deck-building, loot-gathering, dungeon-building, and then crawling base management game where you play as the guild manager. And I know that sounds like a lot of genres all combined into one, but it's really quite straightforward in Guild of Dungeoneering. You'll follow one of many adventurers through a dungeon that you build. And if the hero survives your dastardly designs, they'll come back stronger and of course with whatever loot you left behind for them. You can then use that treasure to upgrade your guild's facilities to attract even more adventurers, rinse and repeat, and you've got yourself the world-class leading guild. Maybe. Being able to quickly pick up and put down a game is a critical aspect of making it onto this channel. Believe it or not, I first played Guild of Dungeoneering on my iPhone 5S back in 2015. I suspect that because it supported mobile when it was released, the developers made the overall session length short, between 5 to 10 minutes, so that users could get through an entire dungeon dive during their lunch break or while they rode the bus to work. That same mentality is still present on the PC version. The game boots up fast, has short load times, and gets you into the action quickly. And as a busy person, you'll appreciate that you can very easily get a couple of rounds in while waiting for meat to brown, during your coffee break at work, or when you just find some downtime on the bus or train. In addition to being simple to start, Guild of Dungeoneering is simple to play. The game is a dungeon diver where you build the dungeon as you go. Before picking the type of dungeon you play in, you pick a hero class. And a ton of these are goofy knockoffs of more common RPG tropes. You got the cat burglar, the mime, the alchemist, the troubadour, and of course the mathemagician. After picking your hero and the mission you're taking on, you draw a handful of dungeon tiles, treasure, and monsters. Depending on the tiles you place, your character moves around the board of their own volition until encountering a monster or a treasure. Now check out this logic statement. If monster, then fight. If treasure, then loot. These fights use a deck of cards based on your class and any items your character is wearing, and can be broken down into physical damage, physical block, or magic block. There are some others, but by and large it's that simple. It's the kind of game where you can pick it up once a week for 10 minutes and be proficient enough not to worry about looking up any of the rules. If your character runs out of health, they die, and you lose them, forever. Well, of course, until they're replaced by the next gullible goon. Of course, a portion of that loot your fallen hero so sadly collected for you will find its way to the guild hall's donation box, which you can then use to further improve your facilities. And this leads me to my next point. Guild of Dungeoneering is a low-stakes game. After your character's untimely demise, you'll be without that class for your next run, which means you can just try a different class. And then after you finish that run, a new hero waltzes up to the guild and says, "Hey, I'll join this place, why not?" And suddenly you'll find your hero pool replenished. It's hard to find a roguelite that doesn't have constant intensity, but Guild of Dungeoneering manages to feel relaxed while still engaging the user, which means it's easy to put down if something else calls your name, like work or family matters. I really liked the goofy tone of Guild of Dungeoneering. The pencil-drawn style is a nice homage to the tabletop RPGs of yore, like the old, and dare I say outdated, editions of D&D. 5e forever, baby! The bardic music is goofy, and there's always a one-liner that reacts to losing a character, finishing a mission, or purchasing a guild upgrade.
How many ways can a dungeoneer die before you call it a day? How many children must you make cry after that pitiful display? Oh.
The characters are dumb, and the items are dumber, which all contribute to the feeling that the game is supposed to be fun. I don't often feature mobile games on this channel, and to be fair, Guild of Dungeoneering isn't exactly a mobile game only, but really, these types of games constitute the predominant market share of video games. Guild of Dungeoneering straddles the line. You could play this just as easily on your phone as on your computer, and as a busy person, the simplicity of the game is the biggest selling point. It's easy to get in, play, and get out without committing a substantial amount of your life. If you're looking for a cutesy, lightweight, deck-building dungeon crawler, check out Guild of Dungeoneering. All in all, I give Guild of Dungeoneering 5 dead adventurers out of 5 dead adventurers. Highly recommended.